Oh boy, it's been about 2 weeks since I last filmed, and wow, what has happened in these 2 weeks? I hurt my hand really bad, so I haven't been able to stitch. So I'll tell you the story about that. Like at the end, you can't really see, like there's still a little bit of bruising in here. The swelling has gone down. This is my right hand. But yeah, I heard it and I couldn't stitch for like a solid week and a half. I've been able to pick up a needle and hold a needle the past few days, but yeah, so I haven't made too much progress, but let's open up my bag and see what I did. So I'm just gonna pull from the top. So here is my ghost. This was a new start for my Stitch 60. Here is what it's gonna look like when it's done. And here is where I got to. So I just started up on the sky a little bit. I don't know how many stitches I got, but you know, decent, not bad. So this one was fun to stitch. It was really fun. So then next was Alabama. Here's what it's gonna look like. Here is where it was before, and here is where I'm at now. So I just brought the purple down a little bit. I only got a few rows in because this was after I hurt my hand. So I only got to work on, I think I worked on Henry VIII before I hurt my hand. And then yeah, I don't know exactly what I did prior to that. So then is Wordy Birds April. Here's what it's gonna look like. So I dyed the fabric, which I absolutely love how it turned out. So I started in the middle here on this umbrella, and I dyed the fabric, and here's where I'm at so far. So I was able to get that kind of like marble kind of effect on it. I don't remember the color formula for this, but I do remember that. So this, before I go into that, this is 2 different shades of purple in here, and you can see it better on camera than you can in person. So I think when it comes back down to this border here, these are the same colors. I think I'm gonna choose a lighter purple because I don't think that this has enough contrast. So, but like I said, you can see it so much better on camera than you can in person. So, and this is a little bit more, it's a little bit brighter than it's shown up in person, but you can see like the white spots more. So yeah, so this is just a 32 count. I think it's a Belfast linen. Maybe it's Edinburgh. It's Belfast. 32 count. Yeah, so I got on, and on the VIII website, they have a whole bunch of different color formulas. And so I picked out this purplish pinkish one that I liked. The problem is that I got my dye several years ago, and they either changed something or added other colors that I haven't seen in the store. So all the colors for this one were ones that I don't have. So it called for, except Petal Pink. I do have Petal Pink. I called for petal pink, I think violet, and we're gonna say taupe, some sort of brown color. Well, I don't have violet or taupe, but I do have purple and tan. So I mixed those together and I did some test swatches, and then I came up with a combination that was close to what I wanted. So so in this one I just scrunched it up because I wanted like the little white areas, and I didn't really get a ton of darker spots on it, but I love it. It's perfect for what I wanted. All right, then we have Birthday Cake by Carolyn Manning. I'm gonna throw these in my bin. Here's where it was before. And here is where I'm at now. So I think I just did this little box right here. So not a lot of progress on this one, but I'm working on it. All right. Then I did not work on Eclipse. This is Eclipse. I can't do it in the evening, and I've been so busy with other stuff during the day that I have not worked on this one. So we still have a few days left in August, so I will work on it then. My sock, didn't work on my sock either. The Wellerman. All right. I can't remember if this is a new start or not. I'm gonna say it was. If not, I did not do much on this one either. My hand is hurting just looking at this one. So if I had just done that little fish. I came down here and I did the lighthouse. Now I had to go, I think it was last weekend. I love this little lighthouse, it's so cute. I had to go to my LNS this weekend and get some different threads, because once I started stitching I realized I didn't have enough contrast. So I switched out that dark brown there, and then this, and where the light is. So this dark brown was a little bit more of a taupey. It was, I don't remember what the original color was. It was a classic Colourworks. My LNS does not have classic Colourworks. This is a Gentle Arts. I'm just gonna have to pull it out. This is a Gentle Arts maple syrup. Really nice rich brown. And then the other one that I got was beige by Weeks Dye Works. This one's slightly variegated. It's kind of cool looking. And then I kept Mariner's Compass and Antique Lace. So I like this color combination much better than the other one. All right. So if you want to join us on the Wellerman, use the hashtag WellermanSal so that I can see your progress. All right. Next, oh, is my lady picture. Her 4th birthday was last week. And so I didn't do it on her birthday because I think I was in too much pain, maybe. Or maybe it was just a busy day. I don't know. It was August 20th. It was a Wednesday. But here's where my lady picture was before. And here is where I am now. So I got some decent progress, still working on 612, brought it down. I think I went over a little bit too, maybe. I think I brought it down and then I came down here and then started working back up on this column here. So, yeah, so loving this one. Excited to see it start to come together. And then Henry VIII. So I love this one so much. I was working on this one last night. Not folded very well. So here's where I was at with him. And here's where I am at now. So I just started bringing blues over, coming down and, you know, kind of doing a back and forth kind of thing. So yeah, it's slowly coming along. Like I said before, I still have a few more days in August. And then, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so actually Monday is September 1st, Labor Day. So, yeah, so, you know, I'll start Whip Go for September. But in the meantime, I'll try to hustle and get a little bit more work, especially on Eclipse. I need to work on Eclipse today and tomorrow. Football season starts next week. The Broncos play on, let's see, next Sunday. Next Sunday the season starts, and I am doing the Gridiron Gang Challenge for that. That actually started back in preseason, if you're doing professional football. So that's a challenge in the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group is where I saw it. I don't know if it's posted anywhere else. Kim Hollenbach mods that group. So she comes up with all sorts of fun challenges. I don't always participate, but this one I'm going to participate in. But next week I will give you my rules for that, because, you know, that's when the season will start. Let's do a haul and then I'll tell you about how I hurt my hand. So I know last week I gotta start throwing myself. Last week, my video was way too long and I was like, I'm not doing hauls. So some of this haul is kind of old. So let me just grab it. Okay, I think I already kitted up just the gridded fabric that I got. I got Easy Count Lugana for Gulliver Farms, which is one of the things I'm using for Gridiron Gang Challenge. And then I got some other, I don't know. I think it was all just Easy Count Lugana that I got. But anyway, I did get a couple of patterns with my club and auto ship program that I'm in with Heartland Quilting and Stitching. So the first is the Country Cottage Needleworks September Mini Village. Really cute. Really cute. So I'm so excited to start these. They're gonna be so cute. I don't know when I'm gonna start them. It's starting to hurt. Last Flossmas, 12 Days of Flossmas, I started the monthly cottages from Country Cottage Needleworks. And I'm thinking maybe I'll just work on those each day this year. I finished a couple, so maybe I'll sub in something else, but I don't think I'm going to do new starts for that one. And then I also got the September Wordy Birds. So September is my birthday, and the patterns are always school related, which is fine. They're cute, you know, whatever. Just once I'd like a beach scene, because September is still technically mostly summer, but you know, whatever. But anyway, so this is interesting. These chickens here, yeah, I would not have, it's a very creative pattern for a September themed pattern. So I'm excited about this. I did just get fabric from 123 Stitch, which, if I recall correctly, it's a 32 or 36 count something or other, probably Pictures Plus, but it's this nice kind of, I don't know if you'd call it rust, but I'll put a picture here of it because it's arriving today, and I don't want to put this off until, you know, the mail comes and, you know, whatever. So I'll just put a picture of it, and I think this is gonna look really nice and really kind of fallish on that. But yeah, so there's that. I did get a couple of skeins of yarn. One of them I thought I pulled. Okay, hold on, let me pause you. Okay, so this one is another Temu kind of test skein. It came in a pack of 3, all the same color. And I think this is gorgeous. It's the same listing as this, but a little bit pinkish, purplish color. I don't know why I got a second set. I only need 1 skein for a pair of socks. So I don't know, but we'll see. So, and then if you are part of the Arcane Fiberworks monthly mystery colorway crew, whatever, and you haven't gotten your yarn yet for the August mystery color, skip ahead to right here. Okay. But here is the mystery colorway for August. Isn't that gorgeous? It's like a beautiful kind of autumny. It's called Golden Acres, and it's really soft. So I'm loving. If you go on Facebook and Instagram, they have videos of their dyeing process, and it is so cool. But yeah, I'm loving these. I need to get more, start crocheting more, but I'm gonna wait, I think, until all the pain in my hand is gone. So, speaking of which, I think that's all my haul. How did I hurt my hand? I was loading my car up because we had our service 2 weeks ago. And so Saturday night, the night before, I was loading my car up with everything that I need for the next day. The car was kind of parked close to the wall on the driver's side. And I opened the back door on the driver's side to put something in. And then when I stepped back to close it, I tripped on something. So I reached out to steady myself right when I slammed the door on my hand. It immediately got all swollen, immediately started bruising. It was so painful. And so I went inside, you know, and was on the verge of tears, and my husband was like, you know, what's wrong? I was like, oh, I just like slammed my hand in the door, you know, it's fine. He was like, well, do I need to take you to the ER? And the thing that flashed through my brain was, I have too much to do. I cannot be trying to navigate in a cast tomorrow. So no, I'll ice it, I'll take ibuprofen, you know, and just try to, like, you know, just hope that it's not broken. So went through, you know, slept with ice on it that night. You know, it was just like bag of ice wrapped in a towel that I had next to me, and I would lay my hand on it or underneath it from time to time. You know, it was, you know, it was fine. The ice helped. But, so Sunday, you know, I was, you know, going from like 9 a.m. I think we got home around 11 p.m. or something like that. You know, and I was in pain. You know, I had ice on my hand, you know, throughout the day on Sunday. And then you know, everybody was like, hey, you need to go get that x-ray. You need to go get that x-rayed. My best friend is a nurse, and she was like, yeah, I'd go get an x-ray just to be safe, you know, whatever. So I was like, okay, well, because I had ice on it so much on Sunday, that helped with the pain like a lot. So I thought the pain was gone or was leaving. So I didn't ice it as much on Monday. I woke up on Monday and I was like, you know what, the pain's, you know, it's still swollen, it's still black and blue. I have like really thick skin, so it was really hard to see the bruising, but I look at my hands all the time. And so, you know, I could tell that it was bruised, you know, and I could still tell that it's bruised. Yesterday it was purple, now it's more yellow. So, except up in here it's still purple. But I was like, okay, it's fine. It'll be fine. You know, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing and, you know, be just fine. I could make the fist, you know, extend, you know, it hurt like nobody's business, but I could do it. But then Monday, in the evening, I was in so much pain. Ibuprofen wasn't touching it. Ice was helping a bit, but not much. So I was like, you know what, I'm resolved. I'm gonna go to urgent care on Tuesday. Tuesday I went to urgent care. The one I had to go to, because of the health plan I'm on right now, was, you know, one that does a lot of workers' comp exams and stuff like that. So they were super busy. So I waited 2 hours, got an x-ray. I didn't make my husband go with me, because I was like, I'm just gonna be sitting there. Like, you know, if, you know, let's say the worst happens and they need to rush me to surgery, like, it's not that far from the house. Just come get me, take me to the hospital, we'll be fine. Well, they did the x-ray. They were like, nothing's broken. The doctor came in and he sat down. He was like, let me see your hand. He started like pushing on my hand and like moving my fingers around. I was like, dude. Like, he was like, well, it's not broken, so I feel comfortable doing that. I was like, couldn't you have told me that before you started like messing with my hand? Like, so it's not broken, you know, and it doesn't seem like any tendons or ligaments are damaged. I just hit it super hard and, you know, still having pain 2 weeks later. I thought that the pain was, this has been the thing with this. I thought that the pain was leaving, but then this morning, it was just hurting like nobody's business. It was a different kind of hurting. It was not the same, like, you know, hurting in either one spot or all the way around or, you know, down my wrist. I was having some pain in my wrist, which makes me think I might have sprained my wrist too. But it's just like, I don't even know how to describe the pain. It feels round, right in there. And I know this is where I got it. It was in between these two knuckles here. The doctor said it actually happened over here. But because over here can't swell, all the swelling and pain goes out this way. But regardless, so I need to go take some more ibuprofen. But it's limited my stitching, has completely halted my crocheting. I'm gonna wait until I have zero pain to start crocheting again. But the doctor was like, the best thing you can do is start using it. So I came home and cleaned the house. Excuse me. So anyway, so I'm gonna end this because it's probably already way too long with me, you know, talking for 15 minutes about my injured hand. But yeah, oh, one thing I wanted to tell you was, so I started, if you've heard of the World Walking Tour, it's an app where basically you log your steps and they kind of like put you on a walking tour of different places. So I was doing that with just walking, but then I decided I wanted to do the Conqueror Challenge. If you've ever, and this is like life and stitching at the same time, so hang with me. So if you've ever seen these Conqueror Challenge things on like social media, there are virtual races where you log your distance on this app. You pick a race, like I'm doing Fiji. Fiji is 160 miles long. And then you log your distance. You know, you can do it however you want. You can do it biking, you can do it walking, running, whatever. I'm doing walking, and I'm doing it on the treadmill at the gym. So I don't know how far I've done, but my weekly goal is 7 miles, which is roughly about 2.5 miles every day that I work out. And I usually go about every other-ish day. So I decided to start doing that. It's really cool because I mean, this part I don't really care about as much because it's just, I mean, people care about it and that's fine, whatever, but so when you buy it, you can choose between them planting trees, or it's not actually cleaning up the ocean, but it's something about water bottles, keeping water bottles from going in the ocean. I have no idea what it is. I haven't researched it. But I chose to plant a tree because why not? You know, always use more trees, right? I live in Colorado where like just about every tree we have is one that was planted. Like you look out over Denver and there are trees all over the place, but except for the ones that line the rivers and creeks, every tree is one that has been planted because we are basically desert. We are at the foot of the mountains going into the Great Plains. So it's just dry. You know, we're high altitudes, dry. Things don't grow as well here naturally. So, you know, so I'm all about planting trees. So I chose the trees, and every 20% that you hit on this race at least, they plant a tree. So, but the big thing about it is that they give you the option of having a physical medal or a virtual medal. So I decided I wanted the physical medal because if I'm going to be walking 160 miles for this thing, I want something to show for it. So yeah, so I bought the one for the physical medal. So that means that the World Walking app, I have all these steps banked and, you know, not really using it, but it's kind of a cool app. So I decided to use that for stitches. So I'm trying to count my stitches, and after every session, I enter the number of stitches, and the one I'm doing right now, I'm making my way across the United States. So it's kind of fun. I'm not big on counting my stitches, but you know, it's been fun. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I will see you all hopefully much sooner than last time I said I'd see you soon. All right, please don't forget to hit the like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe. I love you all. Mwah.